Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is May 31st, 2021. Sorry, my allergies are bothering me. It rained all weekend, and finally the sun is out and it's warming up. Also, happy Memorial Day to all those who served. And yeah, just a quick garden tour. Here's some of the tomatoes. I'm not sure the variety. These were extra tomatoes I had. They look like big ones, so hopefully, well, they're not black beauties because the stems look different. Not sure what they are, but we're going to find out. We'll all find out together. This is the red potatoes. I hilled them up. Sorry. And I built a little box made out of logs that I cut up, firewood. This is Costata Romanesco and Lady Godiva squash. It's starting to form some vines or tendrils, and this guy's starting to grow a little bit, so that's exciting. In front I planted some squash and tomatoes that I had potted up that I just didn't know what to do with. They didn't have any room, so I just stuck them in the ground. If they grow, great. If not, it's food for the soil. These are the sweet potatoes, and the vines didn't look too good when I transplanted them, but when we had that really nice week of hot weather, they started putting on more growth. So I come out every day, I weed in here, and yeah, they're doing good. Some of them are not so hot, but I don't need all of them to grow to get a nice harvest of sweet potato. And then back there, some more tomatoes. Those are seeds that I saved from last year. And they're called unknown because I don't know what they were. I didn't label them. And some more leftover tomatoes that look kind of disheveled, but we'll see how they do. Don't have anything else to plant in that container. It's a 25-gallon grow bag. This is the baking potatoes. I think they're Idahos, but I hilled them up. I'll probably just let them grow a little more, and then I'll top it off right to the top and see what we get. But yeah, these are the unknown tomatoes. So it's going to be interesting to see what we get out of here. And these are the cherub tomatoes that I saved seeds from. Store-bought cherub tomatoes. I don't know if you've ever had those. They're really sweet, really little sweet tomato. And we'll see. It's a hybrid, so it's probably not going to turn out to be the same tomato. But maybe we'll be surprised and we'll get something nice. Some more tomatoes here. We got the Black from Tula and Black Beauty, and got some Japanese jade eggplants and some Chinese string eggplants growing there. That's the butternut squash back here that I saved from seeds last year. The kukuza didn't grow. Those seeds I saved from last year, and they didn't germinate. I don't think they were mature enough. And some more squashes, and I think that's another tomato plant over here, and some more potatoes. Compost heaps are doing good. This one's almost empty. That was some compost that I purchased. This is compost, homemade compost from last year, as is this. I'm probably going to combine them, although I'm probably going to use this one first, and you know, just maybe top off some of the beds as mulch. That maple I found growing in the woods, so I'm going to try to put it in the front garden. Maybe train it as a bonsai in the front. And this is the current compost pile that I'm building, and you can see the temperature is up to almost 120. So that's good and hot. I'm putting grass clippings and food waste, food scraps, and I put some of this compost in there, and I put some wood chips in. So yeah, that's doing pretty nice. This other 25-gallon grow bag, I put my ginger and turmeric in. The ginger all sprouted. The turmeric just started to sprout. You can see there's another ginger sprout coming up. Turmeric is in this area. It started to sprout, but it didn't get any green on it, but I figured it was also looking like it's starting to rot. So it's either going to grow or it's going to rot. Either way, it's food for somebody. These are the peppers. They're doing okay. They stayed alive. I mean, it was cold. We had 3 days of really cold weather in the mid to low 40s and a lot of rain. 3 or 4 days of rain. So they're okay. There's a little bit of growth on this corner di Toro. So I think we're going to be okay once the hot weather comes. This one, the top of it snapped off or somebody ate it. So we'll see if we can get some sprouts coming out of these areas here. That's the gobo, the burdock root. That's growing really nice, so hopefully we're going to get a nice long burdock root. Here's the rest of the peppers. It's a pepperoncini. You can see that's growing pretty nice. That's a yellow Corno di Toro. That's the red. It's a Jimmy Nordello. So these are all doing pretty decently. And then we have some courgette here. Got a golden. This is a white. That's a golden. And that's Costata Romanesco. I put a stake in there. I'm going to try to get it to go up that stake. The blueberries, over here I covered up because we actually have some blueberries that are starting. Not many. I think there's probably 10. So, but I don't want the birds to get them. I want them. So let's go to the tomatoes. These guys are doing great. This is the Sunray, and I'm not sure. I thought this was an indeterminate, but it's grown a lot of, suckers. So I've been peeling them off the bottom. This one over here, I left them on. I'm going to do a little more research to see if it's a determinate or an indeterminate, because I don't want to pull all these suckers off if it's a determinate, because then it's not going to produce much. But we'll see. We've got an extra tomato in the middle, along with the lettuce. We've been picking every 3 or 4 days. Get a nice salad. We've got some eggplant on the other side that's doing good. I had a little bit of pest pressure there. It looks like you can see those leaves. I'm starting to get those flea beetles. So I did a little neem oil and soap detergent on that, and it seems like that helped. I'm going to probably do that again tomorrow because of the rain washed it all away. Interplanted with basil with the tomatoes so we can get a nice salad. I just have to get a cow so we can get some mozzarella. That's Paul Robeson, and that's doing nice. It's starting to drop a few flower pods over there. And another Paul Robeson. This is the Tiffin Mennonite. This one's getting big. So there's a sucker over there. Let's get that sucker off. As you can see, I started training them up the trellis string. There's some more. That's a Chinese string eggplant. Those are really nice. They have flowers on them. I don't know if we have any fruit under that flower, but we'll see how it goes. It's only the first flower anyway. And this is another Tiffin Mennonite with a lot of flowers on it. So I think it's time to get the toothbrush out, or the hairbrush, or whatever, and try to self-pollinate these guys, because I haven't seen any bees flying around yet. That's another Tiffin Mennonite, I think. No, that's a Black Beauty. And another Black Beauty. So we got flowers on a few of these tomato plants. What do we got here? We got a White Beauty. So this is a new one, and it's got nice flowers on it. You can pollinate it like this. I saw somebody that actually took an electric toothbrush and just touched it on there and vibrated it, mimicking a bee, and it self-pollinates. So the rest of these tomatoes down here are doing not so hot. This part of the bed gets really wet underneath. If I dig down about 12 inches, I'm hitting water. So, yeah. What do we got here? This is the radicchio. So that's growing pretty nice. It's the first time I've grown it. So I'm not sure. I'm going to have to do some more research on when to get it so it forms a nice head. And this is the chicory putarel, and this is supposed to get really tall and form like almost like a romaine. So we're going to let that go and see how it is. And interplanted some extra leftover pepper plants. These are really tiny, but we'll see how that goes during the season. And also interplanted some kale. And we got beets over there, which don't look too good. They got really burnt by by something. I'm not sure what. Too much sun or not enough water. Too much water. And interplanted, I put the Yodfa Chinese broccoli, which all kind of went to flower already. You can see that. And then I started some Tokyo long bunching onions down here and some more peppers. And I put another couple of Aswad eggplants that I had in pots, extra ones, and I just stuck them in the ground here. So, you know, see how that goes if they start shooting up. We're going to have a lot of eggplants this year. Here's the, if you saw the last little clip I did of germinating cilantro, this is the cilantro. Yeah, it's forming a nice new leaf here. So this stuff all germinated really good in a paper towel, damp paper towel for about 3 or 4 days. Carrots are starting to grow. I'll show you one at the end. Probably going to pick them soon. This is my Romanesco broccoli, and I'm really excited. I covered it up, and I don't see any bug damage. Although there's a hole there. Uh-oh. I come out every day, twice a day, and I check my cabbage, and I check this guy and make sure we're not getting eaten. This here is a bitter gourd. They didn't grow very well. I had them in the house, and they germinated okay, but they don't really grow very well. So I think they need a lot more hotter weather, but they're still alive. So maybe we'll get a bitter gourd this year. Try to get it up this trellis here. And yeah, this is a shishito that I purchased from Suzuki Farms, and that's a pimon, which we actually have some peppers starting. And the pimon's a Japanese pepper, kind of like a bell pepper, but smaller and a little bit different flavor. And these onions here, I don't know what happened to them. I don't know if they got a disease or too much water or not enough water, but yeah, they're curling up. So this is probably not going to be too good. The onions on the other side are doing better. Got some yellow onions that I purchased, and then I have the Rosa di Milano red onions down there. But here's the Parisienne, and I uncovered a little bit of it earlier today for Instagram, and here it is here. So it's probably a pretty good carrot. I mean, it's not going to be a long one anyway, but I'm going to leave it in for another couple of days, see how that goes. But yeah, the carrots are doing really nice. And we got another bitter melon over here, and a couple of, what's this? That's the ganju, and I think I put a couple of cantaloupes over here. I planted a few that germinated inside the house, and then I put a few seeds in the ground. We'll see how that goes. There's the pink Mizuna. That's doing really nice. We already harvested a few leaves just for salad, but I'm going to let it grow into a nice head, as well as this curly leaf cabbage. I think that's the Scotch blue curly leaf. But yeah, I harvested 3 or 4 leaves from each plant. You can see there's a whole row of them here, and I have them in a couple other beds. And we made some nice kale with garlic and oil, and that was really good. So we got some more peppers mixed in here. This is the Pai Tsai, which all bolted. I mean, I could probably take these outer leaves and eat them. It's some Chinese mustard. It's pretty tasty. Let me see. Yeah, it's still good. Wow, it's spicy. Over here, I got peas. There was a little bit of a late start, but they're starting to shoot up now. About 2.5 feet tall. And I planted some more beans because the first batch of beans I planted didn't really do well. Only one of them is going up that one pole over there. But I got a bunch of smaller ones down below. That's the Romano. And I have a gold Romano here, which I sowed some seeds. I actually see one coming up here. There's one guy popping the soil. So yeah, that'll be good. Get some beans. And the soybeans are growing, but they also were getting eaten by something, probably flea beetles. So I sprayed those with some neem oil also. And I'm going to come back tomorrow and do it again. Down there we have some bush beans that are starting to grow, and we actually may be getting some, no, nothing yet, but pretty soon we'll get some beans. And I also sowed some directly into the ground so we can get a second harvest. My grapevine is growing. So, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to take all these extra vines off and just keep 2 main vines. So, I'll do some more research on that. I got a lot of research to do. I've got a grow bag here with a Corno di Toro, a red, and a Prosperosa eggplant, and a little bit of rosemary. And we have some more Romano that I planted over here, and that's growing. I got 3 of them going up, actually 4, going up this teepee. So, see how that goes. These are the strawberries, and every day I come out and I pick 2 or 3 or 4. There's a nice one there. Here's the blueberries I was talking about. So not many, but you know, if I get a couple of blueberries, I'm happy. I haven't had any berries except this year. I started to get the strawberries, so that's a good thing. So they're nice and covered, and nobody's getting to them. Now over here at the end of the bed where the garlic is, I sowed some cucumbers. We have the Space Master, China Jade, and Market More. So those are going to go up this trellis here, next to the garlic. Here's another Prosperosa eggplant. It's a fairy tale eggplant. I think this is a Japanese jade. Yes, Japanese jade. 3 of them. There's another Blue Beauty tomato. And that's a black from Tula. And then some, that's the Chinese eggplant, Chinese string eggplant. And over here I got another Corno di Toro, a red one, along with the garlic. And then I sowed some more beans and some cucumbers in over here. And they're starting to pop out through the soil. So now we'll go to the backyard garden and show you one of my asparagus. I planted an asparagus root over here. So we got first year asparagus. I guess it's a second year root, but it's first year planted here. And that's all the broccoli rabe and broccoli and some beets that I just sowed behind this fence just to keep some green. And there's some more garlic with the heritage raspberries, first year planting those. Got some flowers on these raspberries, but I don't know if we'll get any this year or not. So I interplanted with the garlic. I have some onions, some more onions, and some shallots. And what else? Yeah, there's some basil interplanted there. And this is the broccoli, the Waltham broccoli. And this is the broccoli rabe. Yeah, so here's some broccoli rabe. A lot of it's going to flower now, but I could trim that down. We could still eat the leaves and the stems. It's very tender. It's not like the broccoli rabe you buy in the store. Here's one that's, I can harvest the whole thing. It was really tasty. I mean, I've never grew broccoli rabe last year, but we had a little bit of it, not too much. I've never had this kind of broccoli rabe. It's really tasty. So here's another Costata Romanesco zucchini in container. And this, I'm real excited for. This is the okra bed. So we have the heavy hitter okra. This one's supposed to produce a lot. Long red Perkins. Red burgundy. So I only have 2 of those. And then that's the Okinawa pink. Seems like the Clemson spineless didn't germinate at all. Those seeds, I believe they're 2 years. They might be a year old, but they're probably 2 years old. So I guess that's the end of okra seeds. And again, some more potatoes. More tomatoes in the back and some more cucumbers in the back. Yeah, let's see. Here we go. Here's my cabbage, which I've shot a few videos of. And come out every day and squish caterpillars. So you can see they've been eating small holes, but not so bad. We're going to get a lot of cabbage, so I'm not I'm not too upset. You know, I come out, I pick out maybe 1 or 2 on all of these cabbage, so it's not too many of the cabbage moth caterpillars. So I think we'll get a nice harvest. They're starting to head up nice. A couple of them are really heading up nicely. The red cabbage, never grew red cabbage, but it's not really heading up as big as the grain. But maybe it doesn't do that. So, but look at that. Look at that. That's a nice one. And yeah, so that's it in this bed. There's cucumbers back here. It's a China jade, cucumber. What else we got? We got a beet alpha, and there's a Space Master, a Market More, and there's another variety back here that I got for free. I forgot what it was called. If I could find them. Oh yeah, Sylar. That one I got for free from West Coast Seeds, maybe? Not sure. Anyway, once this cabbage is harvested, these cucumbers will start shooting up. And we got some more of the kale back here. And then here's the corn bed with some extra fava beans. You can see there's some nice favas on this one here. In the other bed I have really nice, really big ones, probably like 4 inches long. And the corn is doing really nice. And I got a tromboncino in this container. And that's the second year Tokyo bunching onions. So everything's looking good. We got dill down here interplanted along with some basil. So this bed's really nice. And that's it. So hope everybody's having a great weekend. Enjoying the first day of summer. Official day of, not the official day of summer, but anyway. Hope you're all doing good, and we'll talk to you next time.